For the majority of my adult life, I thought that I was free by doing whatever I wanted, when I wanted to do it. If I had the money and I really wanted something, I'd just buy it. Because I thought that's what freedom is. I'm an adult. I have my own money. I can do whatever I want. I came to the conclusion or realization that the no structure, the no discipline is not freedom. It is making me more stuck. Yeah, short-term freedom. Long-term stagnation. I really did think that I had that freedom. There was this illusion of freedom around me that I get this instant gratification, I get what I want. And it gave me a sense of control. It still does sometimes, because obviously we're all human, we succumb to our impulses. But the instant gratification that was making me feel in control was actually just making me feel more trapped. Especially long term in my life, like genuinely thinking, this is it forever, just constant working really hard, finally getting that taste of like, yeah, I worked hard for this. I deserve this, let's have this quick reward, but then having to work really hard again and struggling and just not breaking out of that cycle. And that lack of discipline has resulted in no progress towards the freedom that I want to achieve. I acknowledge the fact I'm in a very privileged situation. I have a job. Most months I can afford to pay bills and put food on the table, but I'm not at a level of freedom. I'm not, in my mind, free in the way that I want to be. I've reached a point now where I recognize that I need to put aside the short-term comforts, and when I'm thinking about that instant gratification, reminding myself that I'm working towards long-term freedom and avoiding that long-term struggle. A lot of this came about from a conversation that I was having with my friend. I was saying how I'm just constantly trapped in what I feel like is this just endless cycle of repetition, this endless cycle that I'm just not breaking out of. And we're very similar. We have similar personalities and we both have big dreams. And he's actually started going to the gym and being disciplined with himself, even though he's told me he hates going to the gym. He's still going. And I said to him, I understand the motivation. I'm motivated too. Like I want the health, I want to look good, all of these things, and I still don't go to the gym. What do you do? How do you do that? How do you not only make yourself go once, which yeah, maybe I could do, but then having the consistency to continue to go and actually make progress because you're being consistent? And he said, self-respect. And I was like, it felt like a life-changing moment that for the longest time, I've not been showing myself respect. I prioritize others, I'm a people pleaser, and that's resulted in a lack of respect for myself. That's obviously something that I need to change, and it's something that I'm working on. Part of that is the fact that I'm not showing myself respect for the future of what could be, because for the longest time I wasn't really thinking about that. I wasn't really caring about what my future held. I recognise that if I have financial discipline now, then it means that my future could have a lot more comfort in it. One of the big ways that I've been trying to show myself respect is by having boundaries and setting clear boundaries. And I don't just mean in your relationships with other people, because I think I've been quite mindful of knowing my boundaries and communicating them with like all different kinds of relationships in my life for quite a long time, at least in my adult life. But knowing my boundaries and being able to set my own boundaries with myself has been a very big change. It was only after a conversation with another friend when they were kind of asking me, well, what boundaries do you set with yourself? I was like, oh, that's a thing you're meant to do. That's something that I've been trying to do, but a big part of that has been the learning curve of what are my boundaries that I have with myself, what are my expectations that I have with myself, what is okay, what is not okay, and also then having the discipline, the self-discipline to call myself out on shit if I'm doing something that I've said, no, that's not okay, you can't speak to yourself that way, or you can't neglect yourself in that way, and not tolerating a lack of respect, a lack of self-respect. Ultimately, I came to the conclusion that self-discipline is a form of self-respect. I read this quote by Viktor Frankl: "In our response lies our growth and our freedom." And I take that as in our response to life and all of the problems, the inevitable problems that come with it, all of the struggles, all of the exhaustion, lies our growth and our freedom. And putting yourself in a situation where you have to be disciplined and maybe you have to work harder and put yourself under more pressure and more strain than in the past, in that lies freedom. And I'm not someone to promote intense hustle culture. I'm honestly promoting the opposite. I'm promoting the idea that people can get into a position where they are on some level free and then not having to be part of that rat race. A big hurdle of all of this, though, has been trying to shift my mind towards the idea that freedom is actually a possibility for me. Another barrier that I kind of put up for myself is the fact that it's not really something that's possible for me, that's not really likely for me. Yes, all of these other people that started at zero, just like I am, have achieved all of these things. That's not really something that's likely for you. Like, you're just Liz. Like, you're just Liz. Like, it's not going to happen to you. But by actively putting that idea of freedom, like, it is possible, why it's just as possible for you as it is for anybody else, and reiterating that to yourself, it's allowed me to start shifting from just constantly reacting to situations or constantly reacting to my emotions and maybe seeking that instant gratification to taking control and actually starting to have some self-discipline. Because running on autopilot, yeah, it's getting me by, it's helping me get through the day, but it's not getting me to where I want to be. I'm just constantly flying about, but I'm never landing. And I want to have that landing. I want to have that relief of, I've made it to where I want to be. And I have that freedom. So a big part of that, like I say, has been delayed gratification. I can't just have a shit day and say, I'm going to go and buy my favourite sandwich. Not that it's too expensive where I live. Maybe a more extreme example could be going online and shopping and buying a new bag because I don't feel very good and I've not bought myself anything in a while. And that part especially as well is, well, I've not bought myself anything in a while, so that can justify this instant gratification, but I need to really remind myself it's an accumulative thing of not succumbing to that instant gratification, especially purchases, in order for things to change. Being able to break that addiction to just those short-term comforts and that short-term, oh, well, now I feel a little bit better, or, oh, at least I'm treating myself and I'm being kind to myself by buying myself this thing. I'm trying to find true comfort in knowing that I am taking care of myself by not succumbing to that instant gratification. I can take true comfort in knowing that I am taking care of myself by not giving in to impulse purchases. I can take care of myself in different ways, and that is part of it. By avoiding impulse purchases, by eating food that I know makes me feel like rubbish afterwards, denying those instant gratifications is me taking care of myself. and being kind to myself. Even in those times when I feel rubbish and I just want that boost to make me feel a little bit better, I can take comfort in the fact that I am taking care of me by denying myself of those things right now, because in the long term, I'm going to get what I truly want. But having said all of this, by removing that distraction all the time of seeking instant gratification, it's allowing me to focus my energy on more worthwhile things that I truly care about and are stepping stones towards that ultimate goal of feeling free. And it's really important to set your own definition of feeling free. I read this quote by Eckhart Tolle: "The more you live in the present, the less you fear the future." So I'm not trying to focus on, oh, but where is this going to get me? How is this actually truly going to be helping me out in 12 months, 18 months, 2 years, all of those stages down the line. I just need to think about, how is this helping me today? Even with this video, obviously, I'm hoping that this is something that I can continue to work on and improve in, and maybe grow some sort of community that I feel like I'm lacking. But I can't think about all of the what ifs about the future. I need to focus on right now, what can I do? And sitting down and knowing that I'm showing myself the respect of at least trying things that I've dreamt about. By making a video today, yeah, I don't know all the what ifs about the future, but I know that I'm showing up for myself and I'm doing something that I feel passionate about and something that I enjoy, and I'm showing myself respect by doing the things that I care about and have passion for, by having the discipline to follow through on something that I care about and really want to do and have wanted to do for a really long time, but I just talk about it and I don't take action. Real freedom comes from taking responsibility, which no one really wants to hear. It's not an adult lesson that you want to come to the conclusion of, but it's necessary. Real freedom comes from taking responsibility for today, for your future. Otherwise, things are not going to change. I need to hear that. You need to hear that. Things will not change unless you take responsibility for your future. You're going to stay in that endless cycle, and that's going to be it. It's just going to be that rat race until maybe you can retire if you've started that shit. So ask yourself, what do you owe yourself? What is your version of freedom? It's something that I'm still working on and trying to identify. So if you want to come on that journey with me, then subscribe. And thank you for listening. I hope it hasn't been too awkward of a first video. Okay, well, I'm gonna go. I also have a blog on Substack if you're interested. Hello, you have reached the end of the video. If you made it this far and you are interested in my blog, this is the name. I'm pretty sure it's Hey Liz Alice, but I can't remember, so the name is here. Or here, maybe here is easier. Hello! And let me know if you do subscribe in the comments. I would really appreciate it. I'm on this journey and maybe we can be on this journey together. So as accountability buddy question number 1, what is one thing that you could start doing today that would show yourself more respect? Respect is important. Self-respect should be a priority. Respect. Liz out. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye!